Hey, what's up, you guys? This is the Daily Heflin, and today I will bring you a real treat and a real throwback at that. Today we are going to be showcasing all of the Lego Batman sets from 2006 to 2008. These were the first ever Batman sets ever released, and even though some of the sets are outdated, I really think they stand their own, and I think they are really something else. I've always wanted to have these sets, but I wasn't into Lego really until about 2009, 2010. And while these sets could have still have been bought, today they go for crazy prices, and I'm ashamed to say that I spent near $3,000 on all of these sets. But the good news is the hunting is over. I have all of the sets except the Ultimate Collector's Batmobile, which I don't have really any interest in getting because I don't really care for the design, and it doesn't come with any figures, so there's really no point in me getting it. I might pick it up if I find it for a good price, but really it's more of a display piece than an actual set for kids. But we're going to start off with the minifigures. The minifigures are really special. I really like the gothic looks of them, and some of them have been improved on with their more detailed predecessors. But some of these I really believe that they're the best variants of the figures. But let's start off with the protagonists. Starting off with Batman himself. So, starting off with our protagonist, we have Batman. This is the light gray suit. This is a classic look of Batman. You see it on all types of art, or if you're more into stop motions, you'll be seeing this guy in a lot of forest fire films. And I like this figure. I think this is my, well, actually, I would say the black variant of Batman is my least favorite, but that is not saying that this is a bad figure. I really like this suit. I like the bat symbol and the yellow belt. The cape, I'm lucky enough to have at least one of them in good shape for this figure. These sets I got new and used, but every set this guy came in, it was a used set. But I really like the cape. And the cowl is something to be talked about because the older sets had a wider, more blocky cowl compared to what we have now. And I still like this bigger cowl. I prefer it over the Style 2, which appeared in the 2012 sets. And yeah, he looks really good. I like the expression on his face, and I like the white eyes. Now, all the heads underneath are the same. I'm going to take one of the helmets off. All the Batmans had the same exact head with the white band at the top, which is the eyes when the cowl goes on, and what's covered up is the eyes. And I really like it. It did its job, and I like his expression. No double-sided faces for these. The only figures that have double-sided faces are Catwoman and... yeah, just Catwoman, and Bane has some printing on the back of his head, but we'll get to that when we see him, and also Alfred does have some back printing on his head as well. So next up, we're going to be showing you the black outfit of Batman. This set, I forgot to mention with this Batman, he appears in 3 sets. He appears in the Catwoman chase, the Hunt for Killer Croc, and the Batwing set. So he comes in 3 sets. This figure also comes in 3 sets. He comes in the Two-Face chase, he comes in Arkham Asylum, and he comes in the Batcave. Now this is the black outfit, and it's my least favorite, but this is still a great figure. Same helmet or cowl and same cape and head. But he has a black suit. I like the gold, and I like the muscle design on him. No back printing on any of these. If there's any back printing, which I only believe it's for a couple figures, but I will show that when I get to it. Next up, we have my personal favorite of the suits. This is the blue variant of Batman. Now, this only comes in the 2007 sets. It only comes in 2 sets because we only got 2 sets in that wave, which is the Bane and Riddler's hideout and the Scarecrow biplane set. This is my favorite of the 4. Maybe a tiebreaker with the Dark Knight outfit from 2008. But he comes with a light gray suit with a new bat symbol. Reminds me of Adam West. And I do like the gold belt. He has a dark blue cape and a dark blue cowl and has the same head. What I do like about some of the prints on the head, they're sort of a misprint, but not really. It's just how the machines were working. Sometimes the eyes are printed a little bit higher, so when you put the cowl on, it looks like Batman is squinting. It's kind of hard to show. I don't think this is the variant with his eyes. Well, it's hard to tell, but some of them do have that. The last Batman figure we got is the 2008, and this is supposed to resemble the Dark Knight from the 2008 film, The Dark Knight, which those sets weren't based off the movie, but some of the vehicles were based off the movie, like the Tumbler in the Batcycle. This one has no printing on the legs, just like all the others. Same black cape and black cowl and the same head. I really like the printing. I really like the bronze belt, and I like the Batman symbol. This is a really good figure. I was really a fan of all the Batmans, but this and the blue one are my favorite ones. Also, another thing to mention is that this Batman came in 3 out of the 4 2008 sets. The Mr. Freeze buggy, the Harley Quinn hammer truck, and the Joker's ice cream surprise. The only set Batman doesn't appear in the entire theme is Robin's Scuba Jet Attack of the Penguin. Speaking of Robin, he is up next. I really like this variant of Robin. He is pretty similar to the comics and the animated series. The only real difference I noticed is his hair isn't as wavy. It's more like of a spiky color, and his cape is also yellow on this side and black on the other. This is a really nice cape. I was lucky to get it new because I got a new Batcave, which is the set he is exclusive in this form because his hair is exclusive, and this hair only comes in a couple other sets from like a creator build your own bin, which I really wish we got more of, but that's beside the point. I really like the printing on his chest. The legs, he looks like a walking stoplight. But yes, the other set he appeared in is the Robin's Scuba Jet Attack the Penguin. Now, this variant is different because his hair is the Mott Williams hair, and this one's cape is pretty ratty. So I bought another one off Bricklink for a whopping $15 new because those capes, the fabric and the size of the cape is exclusive to those sets. So you can see kind of like the fibers are kind of coming up. So the good news is you can put them in any vehicle and the cape's already ratty, so you don't have to be afraid of that. A lot of the Batman sets you'll see the cockpits aren't really cape friendly, so you have to take the cape off unless you want to ruin it, like a lot of people have been treating their capes pretty poorly. They'll just take it off like this and be like, here's back printing. There is none. But you know what YouTubers I'm talking about. But Brick Queen, I'm talking to you. Exposed. But yeah, we got the black hair, and that's the only difference. But it was a good set to get Robin in if you didn't want to pay the whopping $90 back in the day to get it. So the next figure we have is Nightwing. Now this is a beautiful figure. He only comes in one set, the Arkham Asylum. And this is, I believe, is the best variant of Nightwing we've gotten. No print on the legs, but I don't think it's needed. I love that blue coloring on his chest and his arms. Matches up pretty nice. No back printing on him and no alternate face, but I do really like his face. It's a good expression, and I really do like the hair. It's a rubbery type hair, and it was also used in the Exo Force line, but he's a really good figure. Pretty pricey. The next figure we have is Bruce Wayne himself. Now, I think this is the best Bruce Wayne we've gotten. I like his expression, I like his hair, and I like his suit. I like everything about this guy. No back printing on him or an alternate face. I like his suit. I like his tie. I like his expression on his face. Now, this head is also used on the Arkham Asylum Guard, but in later sets, they redid this face. It's mostly similar, but there are some differences. I'll throw up a picture. This hair is the same you see on the Riddler, And yeah, I really like this Bruce Wayne. He was exclusive to the Batcave. Another Batcave exclusive figure is Alfred Pennyworth, the butler of Bruce Wayne. Now, this is my personal favorite Alfred we've gotten. You don't really see a lot of figures get this printing all around his head, which was really uncommon and still uncommon nowadays, but you still get it on a few rare figures. He has his hair all the way printed on his head. I got him new because I got the Batcave new, and I love his outfit. I love his bow tie, and I like his vest, and I really think this is a great figure. And I just love the expression. This is a great Alfred figure to get your hands on. Pretty pricey though. Last two minifigures you get that are protagonists in the series are these two Arkham Guards. One on the right has the Bruce Wayne head that you saw earlier, and the one on the left has a nice brown head. I really like the expression on his face. You also see these on yellow heads from Lego City. But this was a rare head to get, and I really like the different skin tone on the figures. I just really appreciate that. And I really like the torso print with the security and the badge, and the black hats are pretty nice too. Pretty good figures. No back printing on either. They have the same torso. Only difference is the heads on these, and these came in the Arkham Asylum set. Okay, you guys, starting off with the antagonist, we start off with Catwoman. She came in the cheapest set, the Dragster, with the light gray Batman suit. Now this Catwoman, I really like the 2012 one more because the helmet on the eyes on the helmet are too far apart on this figure, for my opinion. She kind of doesn't really look like a human. Kind of looks like an alien with those eyes all the way like on the sides of the head. The printing on the torso is really minuscule, with just enough to give some breasts and a nice jacket. And a nice belt as well. Just minuscule printing on this one, no back printing. However, when you take the giant helmet off, we are greeted with this printed face with the goggles and a little smirk. However, this was the only figure in the entire line to get a double-sided head, and as you can see, the faces on these figures are a little outdated, and when I say little, I mean really outdated. Those eyes are something to be reckoned with, and it looks a little off without a nose. I sometimes forget Lego figures don't have noses, but this is a cool figure for what it was back in the day. If you put on the cowl showing her alternate expression, you can hardly even make out the eyes. So I really think the newer Catwoman from the 2012 is better than this, but it did its job in 2006, and it's still a pretty unique figure. Speaking of unique figures, this was the only Killer Croc we got up until I believe it's a 2014-2015 set, which was a big fig of Killer Croc. I do like this one better. I'm not entirely a big fan of big figs, but this guy was great. Waylon Jones, aka Killer Croc, is an awesome figure. I love the printing of scales on his chest and his head. No back printing on the head or the torso, which I'm sure we would have gotten printed if this was re-released now. Just plain dark blue legs on him. I really like the expression. The red eyes are kind of weird, but it kind of matches his jet ski, which I'll show you later on in this video. But really nice figure. Just overall a great figure. I believe this is the best variant of Killer Croc we've gotten because I believe the rest of them are just big figs. Next up, we have my personal favorite Batman villain. This is Two-Face. I believe this is the best Two-Face we have gotten just because of his expression on his face. They were not playing around with this figure. I love the burnt side of his face. The hair they've been using. They also use this on the 2012 variant of him, which I believe is okay. I just really don't care for the orange and purple on his suit. The white and black, however, looks magnificent. They really outdid themselves with this figure. He does come with his coin, which was just a stud back in the day. He actually has back printing on this figure, which I believe makes him stick out among the other figures as far as detail is concerned. I love everything about this figure. The painted hair, which mine has a little speck on it, but that's nothing to be ashamed of. Love the torso print. I just love this figure overall. Here's the side of his good side. as Harvey Dent, and here is a view of his scarred side as Two-Face. Just overall, a great minifigure. There's also a variant of him without this black spot on his waist. Some versions of his set that he came in, which was only one set, the Two-Face Escape, which for $30 was a great deal. It did not come with any print on his waist, and there's also a Bricklink entry for that figure, as well as this one, which I don't know why the one without the print goes for more money, but I digress. Normally I would pick up the figure just to have both of them, just to say I do, but Daniel Tenaglia would be on my butt about that one if I were to spend that much money for a minor slight change and variation. Speaking of Two-Face, here's his henchman. He has a black knit cap. All the henchmen are generally the same, except the only change is the torso. In this case, it has a Two-Face design with the white and black. Also has back printing, pretty gnarly. He came with some weapons, but I wish they had two of these guys because Two-Face works in twos, and if they gave the same figure, even better, because in the animated series he worked with twins. Now we have the Clown Prince of Crime, the Joker. He was exclusive. Actually, I take that back. He comes in two sets. The Batwing, Joker's aerial assault, and not two faces. The Tumbler, Joker's ice cream surprise. The only exclusive thing about him is his accessory, which is a Joker playing card. Now, I love that print. It's a great print. I love everything about this guy. It just screams Mark Hamill and Jack Nicholson to me. Either one of those, I just think about this figure. I love the Wolverine hair they used. Love the expression. It just screams Joker. The 2012 one's okay, but I personally believe this guy is more sinister and more of a threat. The 2012 one I just think is a bit too silly, even though his torso print is a bit better. I just love this figure. I don't know, he just looks great. The one you get in Joker's Ice Cream Surprise is identical. Sometimes the print on the eyebrows are a little different. Sometimes they've printed it in black. I have not seen a personal copy of that, but in some pictures they do, so I don't know if it was just a art error or something about that, but I believe all the figures are the same. Just something to note about, he did come with this accessory, his classic bang gun. The one on the bottom appeared in the Batwing set, and the one on the top came in the Tumbler set. I personally like the one with the white bang. It just sticks out more compared to the brownish, weirdish green color on the top one, but still great accessories. Speaking of Joker, he comes with a henchman in both of the sets that he comes in. The one on the left came in the Batwing, and the one on the right came in the Joker's Ice Cream Surprise. He comes with two laughing gas popsicles. Pretty good figures. Just the only difference is the torso. This is a purple to resemble the Joker. I do like the 2012 henchman more just because he had more personality to him, and he also had a matching team jacket. Coming up next is the Scarecrow. Now, I love this figure. I think this is the best variation of Scarecrow that we've gotten. I love this head. It is a glow-in-the-dark head, so when you turn off the lights, it'll glow in the dark. Love the printing on his chest. He's very similar to the one we got in 2013 with the Arkham Asylum set. That's a great Arkham Asylum set. And this one also came in the Arkham Asylum set in 2006, as well as the Scarecrow's biplane, the Batcopter set. Either way, this is a great figure to get your hands on. I love the black hat, and he also came with a scythe in both of the sets. Both built differently, but very cool at that. Yeah, this is a great figure. I really thought they outdid themselves with the glow-in-the-dark head, which I'll try to find a picture of it glowing in the dark to show you guys, because me personally, I don't want to go through all that trouble. I can just throw up a picture. Coming up next, we have an exclusive figure to the set that she appears in. This is our first ever Poison Ivy. Now, I personally like the 2012 one more just because there's more detail, and she has a bare back. That's kind of raunchy from Lego. But I do like the torso print with the leaves and the legs. They're okay. The expression is pretty good with those eyeshadows and those green lips. The hair is pretty nice, too. I personally really like this figure. I wish she had more of a kinder expression like she did in the video game. Those narrowed eyebrows are just a little too much for me. In my personal opinion, she looks, because she is trying to be seductive, you know, trying to kiss people with that poison kiss of hers. But this is a great figure. She was exclusive to Arkham Asylum. Next up, we have the Riddler, Edward Nygma. Now, this is our first ever Riddler, and I really think they did a good job with him. I like the black hair. It's a weird choice because I'm used to a hat, but I really like the expression on his face. Let me try to get this off for you guys. I really like that sinister expression. I love his torso print with the purple question mark, no back printing on him, but he looks really good. I wish they included the question mark cane, but I understand this was 2006 after all, and they worked with what they had. Now, he did appear in 2 sets, Arkham Asylum and Bane in the Riddler's Hideout, and in that set, he came with this cool jetpack attachment. My only quarrel with this is that it's a little flimsy, but if you want to get rid of that, you can slightly take it out from the pin attached to his back, and that does miracles, so it won't be swiveling all over the place when it moves around. But great figure, comes in 2 sets, awesome figure. Our next figure is Mr. Freeze. I really like Mr. Freeze. This is a great variant of him, the first ever we've gotten. My only problem with this is that the torso and legs are just so plain, but just something about how the simplicity of figures, just, I don't know, something about it just makes me forget about anything missing off the figure. It's just, I don't know, it's just so vintage, and it's just so simple, and it gets the job done. I do really like his freeze gun. That white tube's a pretty pricey piece to find, because a lot of them you find used and it's really faded from the sun. Those white pieces, you know, get like that. He does have these 2 tubes on the back for his like suit. I do like the attachment on his body. That black piece is pretty cool, and his head is magnified a little bit from his helmet, and it's a really nice figure. I like the expression on his face, just really cold and emotionless. He appeared in 2 sets, the Batcave and Mr. Freeze's buggy. This is the buggy variant of him. He just does not have his freeze gun. He has one on his vehicle, which I'll show that when I get to vehicles later on, but that'll be in a separate video, because just today we're going to be talking about minifigures. Here he comes with a diamond. He also has one in the cart that he has. We'll get to that later, but just another great figure from Lego. He also has a henchman. In the video game, they say this is Penguin's henchman, because Penguin was the boss in that his group, and Mr. Freeze was a part of Riddler's group. But this is Mr. Freeze's henchman. He has a blue torso, same as Mr. Freeze, and the same head, hair, or helmet, or hat, and same legs as the Joker and Two-Face's henchman. Speaking of Penguin, we have him. Though this is the dinged up version. Let me get you the better one. Here we go. This one came in 2 sets. He came in the Penguin and Mr. Freeze's Invasion, the Batcave. And he also came in Robin's Scuba Attack of the Penguin. Same exact figure. I have 2 copies of him, but the other one has a ding on the mouth, so I bought another head. Really nice. I really like how he has short legs to give the impression that he is overweight. I like the monocle. I like this since I just like the smile. It reminds me of the Doc Ock head from those early Spider-Man sets. Really nice. I really like this figure, and I like the orange too. Speaking of Penguin, he also has these penguin minions, which are little tiny brick-built penguins. They're all the same, except this one has a giant harpoon gun. The others have these little revolvers, which are pretty nice. I really like these guys. They're really cute, and I'm not entirely sure if they're the ones that detonate or not, like they do in the video game, but still pretty cool guys, and my camera is just having a fit. Second to last minifigure we get is Bane. Now this was the first ever Bane we got, and he was exclusive to Bane and Riddler's Hideout. This Bane is just really cool. I really like the torso print on him with the singlet he's wearing. I don't really know why my camera's having a fit right now, but hold on one sec. Sorry guys, my autofocus was on. This is the first ever Bane we got, and I really like the singlet he is wearing with those just ripped muscles. You can just see rips from the Venom he's wearing. I like his helmet. Now they had a quality control issue with the prints on him, so you can kind of see some minor scuffs on him, but I got him new, so those are forgiven. On the back, he actually has back printing for once on a figure other than Two-Face. Now you can see those Venom container with the tubes going up to his head. I really like this. I really like how they did it. I prefer this one over the 2012 one. He's really nice. The only thing I would change about him is giving him tan hands, or just flesh-colored hands, because I don't really remember him wearing gloves. I do remember him having like a thing on his wrist to control the Venom, but this is a really good figure. I really like him. Last up, we have Harley Quinn. Now, this is just a gorgeous figure. The first Harley Quinn we ever got, and I believe this is the best one. She's really sinister. I like the yellow teeth, and I like the blue eyes. They really shine on this figure. They really stand out. Now, she has a wonderful torso and leg printing. There we go. Look at that with those diamonds. On the back, she has some torso printing as well, which is similar to her front, except obviously she doesn't have breasts on the back. I really like the helmet, or the hat, jester hat. Really love that. She came with a revolver, and she also came with a hammer, which is really nice. So that does it for all of our minifigures in this showcase. There's going to be a part 2 where I go over the sets, but this video was just about the figures because it's getting a little long, and I decided it'd be easier to edit it if the video is smaller. So the next I will be seeing you is in regards to the Batman vehicles and the sets themselves. So I'll see you there.